I was like, who is this? We studied sociology together. ನಾವು ಕೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರು ಇದು. And that was enough to break today's sociologists. So it becomes important for us to make this a mandatory in all our syllabuses. Bangalore University never had this. And I'm changing it this semester when we have a new academic calendar coming with the new syllabus which the government has told. So this is how we need to bring her. We need to talk about her. We need to study about her. We need to look beyond her textbooks. We need to look, beyond the textbook and talk about reality and understand how her research talks about creating land monopoly, talks about control over housing, talks about employment, talks about resources, which has created a system in this society of forced dependency that has again perpetuated a social oppression in the society today. And in this situation, the skills, is skewed. The Dalit community is owning disappropriate share in the resources. And if you look at the latest 26 resources from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari to east to west, you will see how this particular community, the SC and STs, are lagging behind in every aspect. And this needs for us to study again the structural barriers, bring inequality. We need to continue to reinforce social and economic powers. We need to talk about the institutions that the sociology of defense, life, her legacy. As I said, in most of the Brahmin men studied village from the above, but she was the one sociologist who looked from the ground realities, where she got the real picture of whatever research she has done. So I like to add another thing. She was a very local person. Her books were published locally. Her books were published by the Ashish publication, right? She didn't publish her books at the national level, but they're still important at national level, which are unfortunately not there for people to read. I was just scrolling books available of hers in the Amazon platform. It says it is there, but they are out of stock. You understand? So how it again becomes for us to bring out books for us all to study. So we must remember that she was not just a person who studied villages. She was the most rigorous critic of all the villages. While most of them looked at the village through the Brahminical lens of ritual and harmony, Parvatama dared to look through the lenses of the dispossessed. She taught us that a house is not just a brick and a mortar. It is a site of dignity. She taught us that land is not just that of soil, but it is a bedrock of political power. And most importantly, she proved Sanskritization was often a polite word to the violent enforcement of the status quo. So her life works remind us that sociology is not a neutral ivory exercise. For her, every survey, every data point, every household interview was an act of defense. She showed us that the view from the above is not just a perspective, but it is a truth, that she was showing it from the below, and how power operates in India. So as we all move to the 21st century, let us not leave her work in the archives only. When we look at our modern cities, our digital divides, our persistent land gaps, let us ask the questions like she was brave enough to ask 50 years ago all these questions. And to honor Parvatama, ma'am, is to ensure that sociology of the marginalized and sociology of the weaker section remains at the very center of our national concerns. She began as a double outsider, but she ended as an architect of a more honest Indian sociologist. So let us continue this, continue the directed change. She was so passionately advocated for it, and now it is for us to move the same passion, take her passion forward. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.